Hello everyone, it's Sarah Joanne and welcome to Elemental Evening number 2. And tonight I'm going to be talking about unicorns. And hopefully you watched last night and you watched my sharing of information on the fairies. And the reason why I'm sharing all this information at the moment is I have a new course that I've written, and it's called Everything Elemental, and it's a membership group course, and I'm really excited about it, quite nervous about it to be honest, because it's my one big thing that I've been able to put together, and it's one place where we can learn everything about the elemental realm in one place, and I'm not aware of anything else like this out there at the moment either. And I'm going to be announcing the news about that on Sunday and giving more detail on that. But what I'm doing every night this week is giving you a flavour of the sort of information that's in this course. And every night I'm talking about a different subject and sharing valuable information that you can then take away and use for yourself, and hopefully connect with the unicorns yourself tonight. So thanks for joining me live, everybody. Please do leave comments as you go through, and if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of my lives this week, or you want updates about the course, because it's going to be very affordable, and it contains a real wealth of information, especially for its price. If you register on the link at the top of the page, it'll make sure you get links to the replays, and also make sure you get information about the course, and you won't miss out on anything, because if you're anything like me on Facebook, I can easily miss a live video or miss a post, because there's that much on my feed, to be honest. So this makes sure it goes straight to your email box. Anyway, hi Linda, thank you for joining me, and thank you everyone. I can see quite a few of you live with me now. So let's talk about unicorns. Hi Sandra, thank you for joining me. I'm laughing because she's just shared an emoji for unicorn. One of my unicorn guides is actually white with a rainbow coloured mane, and I'm just laughing at the irony of the fact that she's posted a picture like this. Anyway, unicorns. What are unicorns? Unicorns are very high vibrational beings. They reside in the 7th dimension, so it's a very high dimension, and they're part of the elemental realm, part of the elemental kingdom. And it is said that they are ascended horses. So, I mean, people have different beliefs, and I believe that we live many lives and we come back and learn our lessons, then come back again and live many lives again. Thanks for all the love hearts, thanks for all the thumbs up. And also, yeah, please do that, because that means more people get to see that I'm live and get to see that I'm joining. Cause it's almost like spreads a little network across Facebook, which helps me reach the right people as well. So it's said, yes, that they're ascended horses. So horses that have gone through lives, learn what they need to learn, and then they ascend to unicorns. And unicorns have very strong healing powers. Their actual horn that comes out is spirally. And it's depicted in many ways in pictures and everything, but it is an actual spiral. And their spiral healing energy from their horns out of their third eye into us, and they work with us on a soul level. So when you receive a healing from a unicorn, if it's going clockwise, which will be that way for you, I think, while if you're looking at the camera, they're channeling healing energy into your body. And if their spirals go anti-clockwise, that actually means they're withdrawing any energy that needs taking out, maybe any negative energy or anything that you no longer need. It comes out anti-clockwise. And the unicorns help us find our purpose, and they also help us ascend more and become vibrationally higher. And it's said in history, there's evidence in history all over of unicorns, and there is a theory that they did walk the earth as physical horses, and it is it is a theory. I personally believe it, some people might not, but if you look in history and actually research this, and a lot of this information is in Everything Elemental in my course as well, with a bit more detail behind this. There's evidence of unicorns all over history, from North Africa to China to India, a lot in Europe, and it's documented throughout history that they were here. And you can almost look at it and think, well, were they fable? Is it myth? You know, but across the world in different documents, I think that's quite interesting. So there is a theory that they did actually walk in physical bodies on the earth, and then at some point they ascended into spiritual beings. And there's documents of King Arthur, and King Arthur, it's, you know, alleged, well, was he real, was he not real? But there's documents of King Arthur coming across a unicorn. There's tapestries in Belgium that now reside in France that have got unicorns all over them. It's the national symbol of Scotland, and it's in some emblems, I think, from King James I that came from. There's documents of Queen Elizabeth I spending thousands of pounds on unicorn horn parts, unicorn horn powder, because in the Middle Ages and, you know, later on, right up to the 15th, 16th century, it was believed that unicorn horns had medicinal powers, that they could help you, that they had healing powers. And so they were prized possessions, and to, you know, be able to buy one cost a lot of money. And it's also well documented that Queen Elizabeth I actually purchased a unicorn horn for the sum of £10,000, which at the time was the price of a castle. So if you can imagine the price of, you know, I don't know, Windsor Castle now, or, you know, you think of any castle that you know, and they usually cost millions, that's how much you spent on a unicorn horn. And apparently this horn is still in the Majesty's treasury today. So, you know, whether you believe it or not that they physically walked here, people have always sought after, been intrigued, been interested in unicorns. And, you know, you get the winged variety, which is the Pegasus variety, and you get unicorns that are not winged. You also get different coloured unicorns. I personally have a black guide, and I also have a white guide, and the white guide has got a rainbow coloured mane. So it can be very strange how they come through. And their energy is just very playful. It's very zingy when you feel it. It's very tingly when you feel it. And in my course, I do have meditation to meet unicorns, and that's part of the course as well. But the ways you can connect with them yourself is through unicorn cards. I have a deck of unicorn cards. There's some by Doreen Virtue, and these are by, Cordelia Francesca Brabs. These are beautiful. Another way is meditation, to connect with them via meditation. And then the other ways that they show that they're connecting with us, we all have unicorn guides, but to be honest, we don't become aware of them until we reach a certain vibration. So if we're on our spiritual path and we're living quite a spiritual life, then you're more likely to feel the presence of a unicorn or get in touch with them. But anybody can get in touch with them, but sometimes you might need a facilitator. So the ways to feel their energy, as you know, if you're quite spiritually aware and you ask them to come in and start showing themselves to you, it's a very zingy feeling, it's a very playful feeling. They also can sometimes nudge you, and I mean physically nudge you. So I was connecting with them before, and I could really feel them pushing me behind the bum, behind my bottom, almost to say, right, you know, and they've been saying to me, it's time, they're quite excited about me sharing this information. They're excited about the fact that I've written this course, and they were nudging me and saying, it's time, you know, we're with you. And it was quite interesting because there was loads of unicorns behind my two guides, and they were feeling quite playful. But yeah, they feel very zingy. They also can come in your dreams. White flowers are also a symbol of unicorns because they're very, very pure. And their purpose and why they're in the elemental realm is they look after the nature kingdom. So they are the protectors of the nature kingdom. So they help protect the fairies, the gnomes, the elves, the pixies, the mermaids, the water sprites, the undines, you know, everybody in the elemental kingdom. And they're almost like the heads of the elemental kingdom, so to speak. And every time I typically connect with the fairies, I more often than not see a unicorn. And every time I connect with the unicorns, I more often than not see fairies. So they're very, very interlinked, although the fairies are closer to the Earth's vibration and the unicorns are very high, vibration, very high dimensional. They very much work with each other. Like I say, unicorns are very strong healers, and they're great at also getting us into our life purpose and, like I say, raising our vibration. So that's quite a bit of information for you there in unicorns, and there's a lot more in the other everything elemental group. And what I thought would be really nice is to connect with some unicorns tonight and connect with them through the cards for some of you. So what I'm going to do is pick a few cards for people, and I'm going to pick people who I'm drawn to, who need a message from me tonight. And they've told me that somebody really does need a message from me tonight, so I will go to who I'm drawn to and pick cards with them. But they have a wonderful healing energy, and in fact I was doing some Reiki today. Because I do a lot of Reiki healing as well, and I was doing it on a teenage girl. I do quite a lot of Reiki with younger teenagers who were suffering with maybe anxiety and things like that. And she had a unicorn come in the healing today, and this one was pink, and it was sending a love, and it was nuzzling in against the neck and sending a healing. I was also given a healing, and I was smiling at the fact that a unicorn had come in today, and I'm talking about unicorns tonight. But yeah, they can come in mysterious ways, and they are very beautiful, loving creatures. So yeah, as part of the course and as part of everything elemental, we do a lot on unicorns. We have a full month on it, and we connect and meditate with them and talk about them and everything else, so it's quite exciting. So I'm just going to say hello to a few people before I draw cards to see who's here. Hello Linda, hello Sandra, hello Laura. Laura, you do have a unicorn to heal you. If you ask for it to help heal you, it will help you heal you while you sleep. And you'll start seeing signs of unicorns around you as well. And you can see physical signs, and just like I said last night, it is no coincidence, and I mean it really isn't a coincidence, that what are we seeing everywhere? We're seeing unicorns, we're seeing fairies, we're seeing dragons, we're seeing all these aspects of the elemental kingdom, and it's because it's time for them to connect with us, and it's time for us to connect with them and help each other. So I can't stress that enough. So if you go and see lots of unicorns tomorrow, this is telling you a unicorn does want to get in touch with you. So hello Becky, thank you for joining me. Hello Lisa, hello Christine. Hello, let's have a look what Lisa said. Yeah. My daughter connected with unicorn energy tonight for her sleep meditation. That's lovely, Lisa. My daughter's got a meditation as well. It was from Aileen Sullivan actually, and she's had a unicorn come through in that. And there's also a lovely deck of unicorn cards by Doreen Virtue, and they are really good for kids, to be honest. They're really good, where these are a bit, how can I say it? A bit for the older generation, I'd say, I suppose, or the more experienced reader. So I'm going to pull a card for Laura. So let's just see what message we've got for Laura Monks. And if you do want a card, just do please comment, and I will go to who I'm drawn to. I need to draw one for. So Laura, you have the polarity card, and the polarity card is showing that within us we all have a shadow side and we all have a light side. So we all have a side that's full of joy and light and laughter, and then we also have a side of us that we don't like, that sometimes we don't like ourselves. We can be grumpy, we can be grouchy. I can have a really bad temper, I can be stroppy, I can scream like a banshee at my kids. And just because I'm here spiritual and sharing all this information doesn't mean I'm not human and don't have human aspects. And it's saying it's time to embrace both sides of yourself. And I feel here that you're a very caring and loving person, but then also the sides of you that you don't like about yourself and you try and hide away. And it's time to, the unicorns are saying it's time to accept both sides of yourself. there is no light without dark, and there's no dark without light. That's the message that I'm feeling. So understand, and it's like anything, there's no good without bad. So sometimes we do have bad situations in our life. But then following that, we can have a good situation and we think, well, would that have happened if we hadn't gone through that bad? So that's the message here of this card for you, Laura Monks. And also I've got another one that's fallen out, and this is the adventure card, and it's beautiful because look at the northern lights here. And this is saying it's time to move forward. And it's saying dare to do things differently and possibly move to a new location, or take a new job, or move to a different area. And now that you may not want to physically move to a different area. So if you don't, this is about you moving in your life to a different place, and it spiritually means a different place. So that's the message for you. It's also saying you need some adventure in your life and to do some things differently that you really love for you, and have a think about what you really love for you. And if you're not sure how to answer that, then it's time to find some things that you love doing for you. So that's for you, Laura. All love to you. Don't cry. Everybody cries at my readings. I had somebody crying this morning. Yeah, I think I lost connection then, but hopefully I'm back now. But I'm sending you love, and the unicorns are around you, and ask for their healing as you sleep, So I'm sending love to you, Laura. Okay, there you go. Thank you. So let me see who else as well. Katharina. Let's have a look for you. I wanted to do fairy cards last night, but I ran out of time because I had to go pick up my son, so I'm glad I've had a bit more time tonight to do some cards for people. Katharina, or is it Katerina? I don't know if that's the first way I pronounced it, Katharina or Katerina, the second one, but forgive me anyway if I'm getting it wrong. Okay, so we've got the beautiful nature card, and what have I just been saying about the unicorns? They are the protectors of the elemental realm, of the nature spirits, of the fairies, the gnomes, everybody. And what does nature do for us? Well, nature is very, very grounding. And when we go outside and we feel better in nature, the fairies are actually clearing, and the nature spirits are clearing our energy as we walk outside. So this is saying it's time to get yourself outside more, and find some stillness in nature. And often we run round working hard, we're in the 9 to 5, it can be a bit of a, nightmare. Living life rather than enjoying life, and this is saying it's time to take some time out of nature and really ground and connect with nature. And the line on this card, I don't often read the words on the cards, but at the bottom here it's saying connect with the elementals. So this is a sign for you, Katharina, too, and you won't be able to read it because it'll show it backwards on it, but it says there connect with the elementals. This is a sign for you, Katharina, to really start connecting with the elementals. If you've been drawn to the fairies and the fairy kingdom and the unicorns and the dragons and everything else within the realm, then it's time for you to start connecting with them. And that may be doing it yourself and just sitting by a tree and connecting and, meditating with them. Or you may want to look further at my course. And I'm not saying that in any sales type of way. It's just the unicorns are really urging you to do that. And I do feel you have very much a fairy spirit about you as well, which likes fun and playfulness. And you need more of that. You need more of that in your life. You're not quite getting that in your life. So yeah, get out there, spending some time in nature. And I've also got the imagination card for you as well, Katharina. And the imagination card is all about visualising what you want your life to be. To use the law of attraction, we need to really think about what we want life to be and imagine that we're already living it. And I use the law of attraction a lot in my life. So it's saying give yourself permission to dream and imagine yourself in the reality that you want to be, and believe that you can do what you're thinking of doing. So I don't know much about you, to be honest, and I don't know if you're looking to really get more into your spiritual path, to become known for doing that, but I feel like that, like you're wanting your work to be more in the spiritual path. And it's saying dream big and think big. This is all possible for you, and the unicorns can assist this for you if you only ask and think outside the box. And if you're not sure how to do that, then maybe talk to some other people who are spiritual who can help give you some ideas. So that's for you, Katharina. Love and fairy blessings to you, and love from the unicorns. So let me just clear these cards a minute and then I'll have a look. So, Sandra, I'm drawn to pull one for you. This is interesting. Okay. You're welcome, Katharina, you're welcome. And I love you too, Laura. Okay. So, Sandra. The message I'm getting straight away is don't be so serious, have some fun. So they want you to be more playful and then lighten up. That's what I feel. Okay, let's see what comes out in the cards. There we go. This is the leadership card. And look at this gorgeous card here. Look at these beautiful lights and look at the lovely horn on the unicorn here. And this is saying it's time to share your knowledge and be an inspiration for others and to step into your leadership role. And I'm drawn to the light here as well on the horn. And like I said before, when the unicorns heal, it comes out of the third eye. And for me, this is meaning for you to trust your intuition more. You do have quite a good intuition, but you often ignore it. And especially in a work situation. And this is really saying, trust your intuition a little bit more. And step into your feelings a little bit more in work. And this can really guide you. And the unicorns can guide you within work by you stepping into your feelings and actually thinking, does this feel right? I know on paper this might look right and it might look like it's going to happen, or it might look like it's going to work out, but does this actually feel right, or do I think this is a load of balls? Sorry for swearing, but that's what I feel like. And trust your guts more, and that will give you a bit more insight before things happen, if that makes sense. I don't know if that does make, hopefully it does make sense to you. But also, it's time to really share your message with others. So I don't know if you're going to have some sort of mentor, be a mentor to somebody else, or somebody who's going to come in and look up to you and you're going to help support them in some way. But that's what I feel. You're going to be an inspiration for somebody else, and you're going to be a very valuable inspiration as well. So step into leadership with the unicorns and they will help you for that. So that's your card, Sandra, and thank you. So let's see who else I've got. I've got a good 5 minutes, so let's see what I can else get to. Linda will have one for you. Lovely Linda, who has some gorgeous products, by the way. If you look up Lavender Lane, she has some beautiful, beautiful handmade products. And in fact, Linda, I'm having a bath after this and using my last bath bomb. I just thought, oh, I'll use Linda's bath bomb. So yeah, if you haven't looked up Lavender Lane, get it looked up because it's amazing. And she's based in Ireland, but she can post anywhere, and it's all handmade and it's all gorgeous. And she really works with the fairies. She even has a fairy city in her garden. It shows how in touch she is with the fairies. So I hope you don't mind me saying that because she shared that in the group today. Okay, so you have the Freedom card, Linda. Wow, and look at this. Look at this lady here on the Pegasus, just flying free, and look at the wind in her hair and above the clouds. And for me, your vibration is rising and you are stepping more into your own power. And I feel that this means just, again, think big, think limitless, think how, how wild and big this could be. So whether you've been thinking that or toying with some ideas, but they're saying keep doing that. This is also saying choose things from a work-life balance point of view. So have a look at things and think, is that really worth my time? Is that really part of my mission? Is this really what I want to be doing? So sometimes as empathics and light workers, we often say yes to things because we want to please and help people without actually thinking, is this really what I want to do? I've had something recently where I've been offered something and I thought, you know what, does it really fit? Have I got the time to do that? Is it worth the money for me to do that? You know, actually, I'm not sure it is. And I'm still toying with it now. But my willingness to want to just say yes, just because I like to be liked and want to please people, isn't going to do me any favours. So I hope you can relate to what I'm saying here, but it's time to really start looking at, is this, you know, when you make decisions on future things, you know, is this worth my while? Am I getting the return for it or am I not? Then I won't actually put my, you know, energy there. Has this been good for me? Right, yeah, I'll concentrate more onto that. And also still maintaining your work-life balance, which can be very tricky because you're like me, you're a mum and I've got 3 kids and my own business, and it can be very hard managing everything. But often we make decisions more out of wanting the money or the gain for it rather than thinking, actually, does it really fit with my strategy? So that's what I'm feeling with this card as well. But it's also saying dream big, dream about the life you want it to be, dream about how limitless it could be, and it really could be. Yeah, there's healing in your products. I've said this before and I feel that very much. I feel you've got your lovely healing energy in there. So that's the freedom card, Linda, for you. Okay, so I made you laugh, Sandra, thank you. All right, good, I'm glad it makes sense. Becky Sullivan. And I'm glad you're liking this live feed. Thank you, Becky. And if you're watching me live and you like what I'm doing, please tell your friends, please share. You know, I would love people to just know this information, to be able to share and take this information and just start connecting with the elemental realm. You know, and if you like the course at the end of it and you want to sign up, great. And if you don't, you don't. It doesn't matter. It's more about people start to understand the power of the elemental realm and what it can bring for us. So, Becky, you are a healer, my dear, and you have the healer card. And this is a beautiful, beautiful card. Look at this pure white unicorn here. And Becky, I don't know anything about you. Or if I do, I don't know much. Sometimes people tell me things and I can't always remember what they've told me. But I feel if you're not already healing, you need to be looking into healing, and that's healing on your own journey or your own path, or you're giving healing to others. I do feel it means you're giving healing to others, and I do feel you may already be on your healing path, but correct me if I'm wrong because I'm just saying what I'm picking up. It's also saying trust in your abilities. Often we question, and I still question my guidance. You know, a year ago I had, which is shared in the Everything Elemental program, but you know, in one of my past lives I have fairy blood, and it's taken me a year to fully accept this and fully accept that I should be doing this course and I should be doing this, because to be honest, I've been absolutely scared, crapless, you know, and I've not been wanting to do it, and I've been too frightened to put it out there. So, and then when I get the guidance, I just ignore it, or I just think, oh no, I can't do that, and I just, you know, talk myself out of it. So I'm human just like you, and Becky, this is saying trust your guidance, trust that you can do this, and trust that you have healing ability, and trust that you can do something with this if you really choose to. Don't talk yourself out of it. Step out, take some baby steps, you know, put some little plans in place and just start taking the plans, start moving forward with it. So stay true to you, and this is what you're meant to be doing. And even if you're in a job now and you hate it, or you're thinking you want to leave it, just start the healing while you're still in a job. And then, take a part-time job, go into part-time healing, and then eventually move into a full-time. It doesn't have to be overnight. And to be honest, it's better not to do that, because then you step into it gradually. You're not just giving yourself a shock with it. So, healer Becky, you are a healer, my dear. Okay, so I hope that resonates with you. I'd love to know. Catherine, I've done you. Linda, I've done you. Laura, I've done you. Becky, I've done you. Sandra, right. Lisa, I will do one for you. And Christine. And then that's everybody. So if anybody else new joins, then you won't get a card. But I will do one for Lisa, Christine. And who else did I say? And Louise. Okay. So let's start with Lisa. I'll go from the top, and then I can't get mixed up, because I get mixed up with the comments sometimes. Lisa Pearson, the lovely Lisa. What have the unicorns got to say for you? Take time for you. Cycles. You've got the cycles card, and this has many meanings, this, Lisa, for me. So for me, it means honour the cycle of the moon, and now is a great time to put plans in place and growth plans and put things into action that you want to grow. It's not a time for letting go of something. When the moon is waning, it is a time for letting go of something. So when the moon is going from fat to thin, it is a time at the moment it's growing. So this is a time for growth and making plans for growth. We also just stepped into a new moon. Well, it should be new moon energy tonight, actually, because I think the moon will be in the sky. I go off the lunar cycle, I don't go off the astrological cycle. So if the moon is showing slightly in the sky tonight, it's a really good time to make plans. And it's a good time to make plans for the next 3 months and really look at where you want your business to be and where you want your life to be. There has been a portal, and it's very powerful energy this month, extremely, and it's no coincidence that if you look around you, lots of people are launching this week because of the energy. So, but this is also saying honour the cycles in your body, and this is about our women's cycles, and this is for all of us women watching. I don't know if we've got any males watching, but this is for all of us. So for me, when I'm on my cycle, and I can't believe I'm bloody saying this because this is on my public page and any bugger can see this, but anyway, we all have cycles, right? When I'm on my cycle, I'm often shattered, I can be tired, I'm, grumpy, I get pain, I'm just not myself. And this is really saying, give yourself some time out on the time of your cycle. Give yourself some time and space, and give yourself some time to slow down. And I have a very valuable homeopath, and she told me this a long time ago, and she said, when you're off, and you're on your period for that week, do you still carry on as normal? And I went, well, yeah. And she went, do you take as many appointments? I went, yeah. She went, I don't. I take less appointments. I have it in my diary. I make sure I have time for salt baths. Make sure So for whatever reason, I'm meant to be telling you this. And I don't know if you take oil of evening primrose, but if you don't, then you do need to. But yeah, tune into the moon's magic. Look at that with regard to your business. There's a wonderful lady, there's a page called Moon House that has some great information on there if you want to look her up. And also it's saying just follow the time for the right cycles, and it's not a time for letting go at the moment, it's a time for looking at growth. And that's the main message of the card for you. So that's the cycle card for you. I hope that makes sense, Lisa. And then Christine, the lovely Christine, who is also a great card reader. She reads angel cards very accurately, amazingly actually. So Christine, let's see what's coming out for you. Oh no, hold on, I've just had 2 flip out there. So again, this is the polarity card for you, Christine. So this is about you embracing your shadow side and your light side, and embracing the fact that, You will be grumpy sometimes or feel out of sorts, or there will be sides of you that you don't like, but it's what makes you uniquely you. It makes you the beautiful you. And to embrace those. Don't be frightened of if you judge somebody or if you don't like something or whatever. We're still human and we still have those sides of us. And every time we do judge or we do feel bad about something or, you know, feel angry or whatever, there's always something to learn from it. That's what the message of that card is for you. And then you'll laugh at this. This is the action card. So what does that say, Christine? Time to take some action. And I think we know what that's about. This is about you and your readings. It's a perfect time to act, take some inspired action and put yourself out there towards your dreams. It's saying, move forward with confidence. You are capable and you totally have, you know, the ability to do what you need to do. So that's sent good luck to you. And then the last one, which is Louise Winstanley. And I'll just look at the comments in a minute. So just let me, Louise, the lovely Louise, who has wonderful wellbeing camps for children in the northwest area, and she's also a powerful Reiki healer. Oh, Louise, I'm so sorry. I'm going to do that now when I get off this live. I'm meant to be sending you some information out and I forgot. I'm so sorry. I need to diarise everything this week because I'm in launch week. It's a bit mental, so I am really sorry. Intuition, this card. You have to nudge me and just remind me. I'm really sorry. This card is intuition for you, Louise. And you've got a gorgeous unicorn, the moon. You've got a wonderful goddess energy here in this card. And this is saying to me, embrace how powerful you are. Embrace how you are able to change lives and to touch lives, whether that's children, whether that's women, whether that's through your healing abilities. Embrace that, and what you are offering is uniquely you. And you are totally capable. That's what I'm getting. And this is also saying, trust your intuition. This goddess energy, she doesn't look at everybody else, and I'm not saying that you're doing this, but this is what I'm just getting. She doesn't look at everybody else and worry about what everybody else is doing or thinking. She just totally goes within. She'll sit with the moon, she'll sit with nature, she'll sit with the unicorns and just ask for guidance. And then the guidance will come. So if there's something you're deliberating about or something that you're not sure whether to do, just trust your guidance. And before she makes any decision, she always checks in with herself and asks for the guidance from the universe. And she won't do it if it doesn't feel right. So this is a message for you to say, trust your intuition, trust your guidance. Don't do it if it doesn't feel right. And even if, you really, really want to do it, but then you trust you go inside and it doesn't feel right, then don't. That's really what it's saying. And I think there may be something that you're looking at or thinking about doing, and maybe it's not right for some reason. So yeah, just trust your intuition, okay? So that's it for everybody. I'm just going to say hello to anybody else who's joined. Hello Helen, hello Anne-Marie. Oh Lisa, I'm glad that helped, thank you. Hello June, hello Christine. Oh, thanks Lisa, that's really nice, and send you a big hug back for you. I'm going to close it there, so I'm sorry June and Helen and Anne-Marie, because you just joined a little bit late when I'd already closed who I was reading the last cards for. But if you join me tomorrow night, I'll be on again 8:30. Tomorrow night I'm talking about the mermaids, and I will leave some space to read mermaid cards for people. So if you join me again tomorrow night, and that is particular for you, Helen, Anne-Marie and June, who joined me last here, I will pull a card for you. But you'll need to join me live, okay, to receive that. So tomorrow I'll be talking about the mermaid energy, and this is also in my Everything Elemental card course, and everything that's been shared tonight in the about the unicorns is in my Everything Elemental course, and there's meditations and activities, and everything like that. But I'll be sharing more information about that on Sunday night when I'm opening the doors. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope, you know, it inspires you to go away and connect more with the unicorn energy. Helen, just knowing you personally, you might want to go back to the beginning and listen to this about the history of the unicorns, which might be quite interesting for you, Helen Quarmby. And if you like what I'm doing, please share, please tell your friends. And if you register at the top of this post, it'll make sure you go, all the replays go in your inbox. You won't miss any lives, and you also get information about the new course, so you don't miss out on anything. So I am sending you lots of love and wonderful healing unicorn energy. Fairy blessings to you all. Thank you for joining me live. I really appreciate it, and I've loved seeing your comments and your support tonight. Thank you very much. Bye.